Welcome to SoulWhat, a Soultopia production. Every Tuesday, Michelle and Roger Welch take a deep dive into the intriguing and proactive world of metaphysics, a world beyond our human perception. They'll talk to empaths, readers, and other guests from all walks of life to find out what's hiding under the surface, uncover the mysteries of our modern world, and reveal the answers you need to live a happy, healthier life. Now, here's your hosts, Michelle and Roger Welch.
Hey guys. Well, we're not in the studio today. You probably can tell. Matt is. He's still in Dallas in the studio. However, we are not. We are in California because Lizzie was on spring break this week. And hang on a minute. I'm getting this turned over so I can see if you guys actually say anything. But yeah, we are in. I'm going to get my hands off because it makes the phone wobble. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, Matt. We're ready, kind of like that Blair. Remember the Blair Witch movie, the first one? It came out and everybody got sick of theater because all the cameras were bouncing around in the woods.
Yeah. You should hold it. You should hold it this whole time, and hold it right in front of you.
Yeah, that was the most low budget movie of all time. Just three teenagers running around the woods with cameras bouncing around, made everybody sick, and made millions of dollars.
I know. I remember going to see that movie in Fort Worth, and in the middle of one of the I don't remember, it was really starting to get tense, and about 3 rows back a dog started barking, and it scared the hell out of me. I was like, it made me jump, because it was kind of quiet part of the movie, and this dog started barking. I was like, what in the world? Why is there a dog in here? And then my girlfriend at the time said, well, maybe it's a seeing eye dog. And then I couldn't wrap my head around, well, what is a seeing eye dog? Like, what is a person who needs a seeing eye dog doing at the movie theater? Like, I couldn't figure it all out. So it was kind of took me out of it, but I did enjoy it.
Especially that movie because it was 90% visual.
Yeah, it was all in the dark. Like, it was kind of strange.
Yeah, I would have to say though, on that movie, the second one was much better than the first one.
I remember,
and it wasn't that great either.
Yeah, I remember the second one was more like a regular movie, right? Like it wasn't shot that handheld style, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they made enough money on the first one they could actually afford to do a little more in the second movie there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are in actually Santa Monica. You probably kind of can see behind me. That's Santa Monica, the beach right there.
I see some palm trees back there. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of see the palm trees. I was kind of hoping that by the time we were on the podcast, the sun would be setting because it's amazing. The sunset going down right there is totally amazing. We sat out there yesterday and watched this total sunset. And Santa Monica Pier is like right over here on this side of us. So it's, very nice. It's very chill. The weather's been great. In the evening, you got to have a light jacket to go out, really need one. But today was like 80. I got a little bit of sun yesterday, today. We went up to a place called Dume Point, D-U-M-E Point, which is in Malibu, is where it actually is. And the tide was out. The tide was out, so it left all the tide pools. So we, you can find the starfish and all types of things. The only thing was the safest way down, which they had a staircase built. Well, the city is redoing everything out there. So they had the staircase totally blocked off. So you couldn't take the staircase up and down. So you basically had this sandy dirt path that went down, and it was a straight shot straight down. They had tied a rope. Somebody had tied a rope up there, and you actually hang onto the rope to go down, and to go back up, you got to go back up by.
Oh yeah, it's like you're climbing a mountain or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was insane. Yes. Totally insane to do that. But we got some great pictures down on the beach. Plus, there was 3 French bulldogs down there. So, we played with the bulldogs while we were down there too.
Yeah, that's great. So I've never been to, I haven't spent much time in LA or Santa Monica. I spent a little time in Santa Barbara and farther north. So I don't really know what's it like out there. Is it kind of is it a lot of beachgoers? Is it kind of a cool vibe? Like what are you seeing out there?
Yeah, so this area we're in, you have this is Santa Monica. The next little area, the beachy area, that's where Muscle Beach, Venice Beach, and Marina del Rey is. So this whole stretch right here is all that real beach vibe, the Baywatch, type vibe here.
Yeah.
Of course, right now the water's still cold, so you don't see a lot of it. This is the Pacific side, so the water's not like real warm anyway. I don't think it's ever real warm during the year, but in the summer, when we've been here in the summer, the weather is warmer. But there's people out there in the water. I put my feet in. I'm not getting in the water. It's too damn cold.
Are they in wetsuits
But
or something?
yeah, the guys that are surfing, they have the wetsuits on. So those thicker wetsuits, and they can kind of when you get them wet, the body temperature raises the water temperature around you, so it actually does work. So that's nice. We saw quite a few people surfing out there, and they actually have these other surfboards that have little fins on the bottom, and it has a motor mounted underneath it. And so they're just zipping around. I mean, it's like you're just standing on it, and it has that motor, and it just propels you around the water all over the place. So it's real cool
awesome.
to watch them out there too. It doesn't, they're not riding the wave. They're just in the water, actually going back and forth.
Yeah.
So
that sounds like the way to go.
Cool. Yeah, definitely so. Definitely so. Don't have to swim out there and find the wave. You just kind of jump on and go.
Yeah.
So that was actually really, really neat to see those too, because that's kind of different than what we normally would see, here in the water. But it was pretty cool to see. We saw Madame Pamita. You remember when she was on the show?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she's around there, right?
Yeah, so she lives like right here, but she has a little warehouse shop where she makes all her candles and stuff. And she was up there today. So we went up and saw her up there today and got a tour through her warehouse. It's her candles and everything. We talked about, and we're going to be carrying her candles there at the store. So, and some of the oils and some of the powder. And it's like mojo powder stuff that she makes. And so we're going to start carrying those in the store. And those will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was going to ask, with regards to the SoulWhat and Soultopia, what kind of shops like that are out there? Have you been to any of those, or is there a lot of that going on out there?
Actually, there's quite a few. We went to probably like 6 or 7 different shops since we've been here, just kind of because we were shopping, and there's a shop, like, let's go check it out. So we did go to it's kind of crazy. Like a couple of them are just straight like high-end crystal shops, right? And when I say high-end, I mean there was stuff in there for like $40,000-$50,000.
Wow.
The one we're in today. The one went to today, actually, I had seen it. It's over close to where Hollywood is. And so I've seen them on TikTok. And if anybody's out there has seen the shop with the amethyst scepter for the door handle going in and out of the shop. That was the shop we went to today. Yeah, so we went to that shop today. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. You can actually, in TikTok, you can do just a search, amethyst door handle, and it's one of the first couple of ones that pops up is their shop. And actually got to talking to them. The actual girl that does their TikToks was there, and they have a lot of cool stuff. They just a crystal shop though. They do some jewelry pieces and things like that. And y'all don't tell Michelle, but I bought a ring for her there. So y'all don't tell Michelle that, okay? But I bought her a ring while I was there. And Lizzie, she's holding her finger up over here. She got one also. But they have these big safes, these big old safes from probably like the 1920s. The heavy steel safes, and they have the double doors that open. And they have glass shelves in it, and they have their crystal specimens in there, and they have another glass over top of it, so you just can't go over there and grab, the specimen pieces. So that was actually really cool. Yeah. And they had an issue with the foundation of the building. where they had a crack form in the foundation of the building. So they just cleaned out the crack, and they got amethyst chips and filled the crack in with amethyst chips, and then put a resin over top of that.
Oh, that's
so
really
when
cool.
You go in, yeah, the crack is, it's about half inch wide or so, and they just filled that full with that, and that was really kind of a neat idea too.
What's the name of that place?
Texas.
Do you remember?
What was the name of that? Crystal area or something like that. I'll have to get it and tell you. I can't remember now. Crystal something other. Crystallarium. That's it. Crystallarium. Yeah, but they have a huge following on TikTok because of that crystal amethyst door handle.
Yeah,
because everybody goes over there and takes a little video of them going in with a door handle and everything.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. But we did go to some other shops. Here is a very much a kind of boutique-y store. I mean, I don't think we went to any shops that probably carry as much variety, as many items as we do. A lot of them will have maybe just crystals only, and maybe some of them have just. We went to one that had candles, incense, and then they had a little bit of crystals type stuff. So that's kind of where they, where they fell in. But they're very, that very boutique-y looking also. Like one, everything in it was all white and black.
Oh, that's cool.
Probably that's probably one of the larger ones around here. They actually have 10 locations. So it's kind of where, Soultopia is going. We're headed for that 10 locations, like that place. Yeah. But they have them all over. They have them from here. They even have one in Miami too. So they have one in Miami, but most of them here in California, in Malibu. Yeah, they have Malibu and stuff. So there's quite a few of them here. But it's really cool. I mean, it's not super crowded. We got here on Sunday, and it was kind of somewhat crowded, but yesterday and today hasn't been super crowded at all. So we got to go out, hang out, and do stuff, run around. Lizzie's never been here, so It made it a good trip. Yeah. But, we had reason we didn't get here till Sunday was we had Dakota Lawrence at the shop over the weekend, and he had his gallery on Friday night. If you guys missed that was a big deal. He also did private readings Saturday and Sunday. But Saturday night, he did his gallery, which both were basically sold out. I mean, and he'll probably be back later in the year, maybe in the fall, depending on how his schedule works and everything. But we're trying to get him back in the fall. In case y'all did miss out on his gallery, that'll be a good time to come back and check his gallery out, because he was kind of getting into the groove of things, getting back after COVID, and it was actually a really good gallery, and made a couple people cry. Happy cry. We'll go with happy cry on that. So that was a good deal. And also, just to let y'all know about events that are coming up this week. Obviously on Thursday, Michelle has Soultopia Intuitive Insights on Thursday. Not sure if Michelle's going to do that class or somebody else will be doing it this week, but that Intuitive Insights, we have it in both Carrollton and at Bishop Arts. Is a great place to learn how to enhance your talents, so your psychic abilities. We get a lot of people who come in the store and they're always asking, I want to learn this or I want to learn that. Where do I start? Well, these classes like this is actually a really good place to start, because with that Intuitive Insights, Michelle's been doing that for over 10 years now. And that Intuitive Insights class, it's wherever you are. If you're like a really great reader, it's still a great place for you to come in and actually learn something new. Or if you're just beginning, it's actually very easy for you to start putting your practice in. So that's actually a really good place to put you for sure. And that's every Thursday from 7:30 to 9:30. Sometimes it goes a little over, just so you know. But that is a great place. And we also do that down at Bishop Arts. And Nellie does the class in Bishop Arts too. And you can sign up for that. You can find it right on Facebook, or you can find it up on our mysoultopia.com on the website too. And we actually had a lot of y'all that have been around for a while. And remember the soultopia.guru website, that's actually getting a revamp. So you all see that actually popping back in a lot more. we had to crash on it with the WordPress system that we were using. So it kind of crashed on us and we had to actually rebuild. So that should be going back live and better in about a week, if not sooner. Even today, I've been on the phone with them about getting that set up. Also this week, just so you know, on Friday, Michelle has Tarot Takeaways. Now Tarot Takeaways is another great, it's on Instagram every Friday, Instagram. And it's on the, if you go back to Instagram on the Soultopia page and look at the live videos, she records those and puts them all into there. If you want to learn tarot cards, which a lot of you do, a lot of questions about tarot cards, that's a great place because she literally started at the full and has gone all the way through every card. So she has a special guest on every week too, talking about these cards. And like this week, she has Chris Ann Donnelly. Chris Ann Donnelly is the Light Seers Tarot. Okay, everybody wanted that deck last year when it came out. Everybody is wanting it. And that's a great deck to have. But Chris Ann, she's very creative, and it's going to be interested in the things that she has to say about Light Seers Tarot, or not just about Light Seers Tarot, but about the different, tarot cards. And I think it's the 8 of Cups this week. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on it, but I believe this week is 8 of Cups.
Yeah, that's a cool thing that I've been seeing her do, where they're breaking down like one card each time and just talking about all the different meanings and things like that.
Exactly, and that makes a big difference because when anytime you're trying to learn something, if you break it down into small parts of it, it makes it a whole lot easier. And so, that's why I encourage anybody to go back, and especially if you're really wanting to learn, get deep into it, get into that on Instagram. You can watch those videos and you get a lot of information. And it's not just Michelle talking, but her guests, these people are amazing. I mean, anybody from, like I said, Chris Ann, this week we've had Anthony Don on there. We've had Sasha Graham on there, James Devine on there. All these people that are professional readers, professional, designers, writers, everybody. And so, get on that and you can really learn a lot of stuff and watch it live. If you interact with them, just like this show, interact with them, you can ask questions. They're happy to answer questions right there with you while you're watching live. And that's every Friday, 1:00.
That's cool. I want to I want to mention something real quick. If I guess I can plug something. I know we've talked about it on the show a few times, but y'all have Tide coming up, and just this past week, my friend Anna and I put in our application to speak there, and we'll be speaking there. So you'll get a little, if you are interested in the art of producing a podcast, both on how to make it happen and how to be a better host, how to be a better guest. My friend Anna, who runs her own business on marketing and how to market yourself and how to have a podcast actually make you a little bit of money. She'll be talking. So amongst the other great speakers, myself and my friend Anna will be doing a little panel there. So yeah, if that's something that interests you, especially when it comes to how in this space and how to, kind of raise your profile, I think that'll be a lot of fun. And I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm sure y'all have the pointers of what to do and what not to do. Don't put a window behind your podcast. And I knew that. I just was hoping to see y'all could see the beach and the palm trees. All you can see is palm trees back there, though.
Yeah, that is one of the pointers, but it's not too bad, and it is a nice view. So we'll let it slide today.
Yeah, you can kind of see the people walking down the street down there.
Yeah.
And I did see. I believe they got the graphics made for y'all too. I think I saw that in the little graphics list of things. So
Cool.
They either got it made or they're in the process of making y'all's graphics. And y'all can sign up. If you haven't signed up for Tide, you need to do it, because right now, if you use that code 2022, you get 10% off of whatever ticket you buy. And right now, you can either buy the 2-day pass, which is the Saturday, Sunday. You can buy the 3-day pass, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And you can also buy individual days. So if you want to buy just a Friday or just a Saturday or just a Sunday, you can also buy individual day passes. And like I said, use that code 2022, you'll get 10% off. The nice thing is on the Friday you get a lot of stuff because you get 4 people speaking: Matt Arwen, Andrea Frederick, you get Sasha Graham, and Anthony Don, all 4 speaking. But also at night you get the meet and greet with those 4. So if you want to take selfies with them, you want to take and get a card deck signed, a book signed, anything like that, you actually get to meet them, get an autograph. They'll have little tables set up. Even if you want to buy something from them, they'll have tables set up that night to for their merchandise. So that's kind of cool too. I think they're all bringing merchandise. They might not all be bringing merchandise, but they have the opportunity to do that. But they definitely will be sitting there to sign your, books, cards, or anything like that. But then, like Matt was talking about, that next Friday or Saturday and Sunday, we've got 30 people that will be speaking over 2 days that you can come in and learn from. But even if you're like, I can't watch 30 people all at one time, you're right. But we'll be recording these sessions, so you'll be able to watch them at your leisure later in the month. So that's what's nice about this whole setup, is if you want to really learn something, and even if you have 2 people speaking at the same time and you can't go see both of them, we're going to record both, go see one, and then later in the next week, watch the other one. So It's really good idea to be able to do this.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. I'm looking forward to it. Angela on Facebook asking, where am I? I look 3D. I'm on, Roger and I are talking over Zoom, and I just have my background blurred so I can turn that off, and you can see I'm in the studio. So I'm not I'm sitting here in my normal spot. But yeah, I just blurred the background because I thought it might look cool, but I guess it makes me look a little weird.
There you go.
There we go.
Either way, looks good.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what we got Friday night is we also have Andre Jones coming back. He's the guy who comes and does the drum circles. So we're going to do a drum circle Friday night, and that's a full moon on Friday night. So every month, we do a lot of the full moon, new moon celebrations and ceremonies. But this Friday night, Andre's coming in and we're going to do a full moon, drum circle. Guys, it's $10.
That sounds awesome.
And if it's nice, I think it'd be awesome if we did it outside. Around the corner there, where that little circle of trees, and there's a couple of benches there. That would be really cool if we did the drum circle out there.
Let's see. I'm looking at the weather right now for Friday. You said? Yeah,
Friday night.
High of 68, getting down to 44 that night. But what time? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it'll be in the 7:30. Yeah, it'll be in the mid 60s. That sounds pleasant. Clear, no rain.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good outside activity to me.
Yeah. So hopefully, cross our fingers, guys. And that would be awesome to be able to do that drum circle outside. I've wanted to do it. We've done it before down at the Bishop Arts location, and it was a lot of fun. And it was crazy because down there, you get a lot of people walking by. People are like walking by, like, "Oh, we want to join in," and they just join in. And so that we did that a couple of times down there. So, and we've done them there in the Carrollton location, but we've always done them inside because we just never caught it right to be able to do it outside. But I think it would be a lot of fun to do it outside. And like I said, $10 to come and play a drum and hang out and do a full moon ceremony. And Andre's awesome at it. I mean, he's very interactive with you. He'll show you the beats, because I'm not the world's best drummer myself. It takes me a little bit to get into the rhythm of it, but it's a lot of fun. And so it's definitely something worth doing this weekend. And we also have Soultopia Sensation this Sunday, and that's where we have the discounted readers at all 3 locations. And you can definitely get that at the website for that is soultopiapsychicfair.com. And you can go in there and you can see who's doing readings and book their readings and everything now, because the last two months, those spots have been filling up fast. So you definitely, if you're going to come get a reading and try a new reader out, or even get just a couple of questions asked, is a great time to do it and, do that. Yeah, drum circle, Angela. Drop circle? No, drum circle. Drums. Pow, 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 pow. Okay. drum circle.
Yeah. Well, we did say we did mention that we were going to talk a little bit about aura photography. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll go in more in depth later on when you're back in. But tell us a little bit about that.
So there's a couple of different types of aura photography machines out there. Give you an idea, the old school ones you'll see sometimes, they're in a larger box type thing. And it basically uses Polaroid, the old Polaroid, instant camera film.
Yeah.
And it's basically what it was. It actually had lenses that fell in front of it with that, and shoot a picture out with some colors around your head, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's tricky though is because those lenses that fall into it, the color lenses, is where that color comes from, not really your auric field around you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's still a few of those things floating around. I still see them occasionally at events. The ones I really like the one we have, and like some of the others, they actually are bio readers. So they have a little box you put your hand on, and it reads the bioenergy, kind of like even when you go to the doctor, they put those little sensors on your chest and on your arms and everywhere, and it's reading your bioenergy, your heartbeat, and your bioenergy around. So kind of the same thing. When you put your hand there, it reads that bioenergy. And it's not like, our system's a little different. It doesn't all tell you right at this moment, Matt, this is where you're at. It really tells you where you've been for the last couple of weeks. Okay. Because you may have had the best morning in the world, or you may have had the worst morning in the world. And if you come in and get a reading, that's what the reflection is. What we really want to know is where you've been for the last 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks even, and how you've been working and where you need to go based off of that. Okay. So like let's say I do your aura photography, Matt, and we're looking at it, and let's say you're not feeling very grounded. Your root chakra is just not showing that you're being really grounded. That's one of the things we can look at. We can look at your chakras and see where you're maybe having some challenges. Okay. And where you need to do some work and where you need to pay some attention to it. I like the system. I get a lot of people coming through doing it. And the thing about it is it's not something you probably need to come and do every month, but maybe once or twice a year, come and get that done. So you know where you're at, where you've been, and where you need to kind of progress on to, and what you need to be doing.
Yeah, it's I remember seeing at an event. I think it may have even been the opening of the Bishop store. I remember seeing y'all do that, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the same thing that we did on the show with animals, right? Like that, it can be done on them too.
Yeah, exactly. We can do it on animals too. Animals, the good thing with them, it does the same thing. It shows us where they've been for the last few months, but it does it really. And it's amazing with animals. What's the tricky part? You think, because they have 2 pads, so they have to put both feet on the pads, right? You would say, how am I going to get my dog or cat put their paws up on these 2 pads? It's the weirdest thing. They must sense the energy flow, because once you get their paws on those 2 pads, they're very chill. They just will sit there forever and won't move.
Yeah.
I mean, small dogs, large dogs, whatever. They put their paws up there and that's it. They're chill. They're good to go.
I went back and found. I remember I brought my dog up here, and I found this. Here's a picture of him getting his aura read there. That's Logan.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just kind of stood there. I mean, I held him, but he just kind of put his feet there and said, "All right, read away."
Yeah.
He
sister.
he turns 18, by the way, on Thursday. So everybody wish him a happy birthday.
Wow. 18. Yeah, he was
18.
pretty sprite that day. He was running around barking and stuff. That's amazing.
Yeah, I seem to remember, like, I have no idea if there's any correlation, but I seem to remember his throat chakra was very active, and I'm like, well, that makes sense, because all he does is bark and stuff.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah. It's the same system for pets and people. And it's actually the same type of process with it. For us, it's a little easier. We usually hold our hand on the hand pad about 1.5 to 2 minutes, and that gives us a really good baseline to be able to look at your auric field around you, which is what I look at first. I like to look at how the auric field in the photos look, because if I see a lot of spottiness in there, that's where you've picked up energy or you've picked up stuff that you need to kind of start clearing off. And that would be where you would get like maybe a saging, sage yourself, smudging yourself. You would also maybe do a clearing on yourself, salt baths, sound baths, any of that type of stuff to help clear that energy off. That's the first thing I always like to look at, though, is how clean and how your auric field, that span around you, actually looks. The second thing I like to look at, though, is actually the colors. And the color, really have four. Well, you have above your head, right, left side, center, and at your feet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different areas that we really look at the colors and how that works. Because if you look at like over your head, this is like your thought processes. This is how you actually, the energy flows in and how your thought processes are. So like if you had, say, yellow thought, yellow over your head, a lot of times that in our system represents intelligence, that you're a really good thinker, and that you actually are also somebody that people come to actually bounce ideas off of, or for just really suggestions, or they just need somebody to listen to them and hear them. And so that's where they are, right? They come to you if you that way. Now, another one like we look at is maybe like on this side, okay, is energy flowing into you. It maybe is how the energy flows in, right? So on the right side, how energy is flowing into you, and let's say that energy flowing in, maybe that's like say it's red, right? And a lot of times people think red for danger, but that's not. That's actually red for passion, red for vibrant, and that energy is coming in because, you have that really vibrant energy, those people that are really, outgoing type energy, right? But then on this side over here, on the left side, this is energy flowing in. This is actually how people see you, okay? All right, so like this is, let's say you have green on this side coming in, okay? If you have green on this side coming in, that means you're a healing type energy, Mother Nature, nurturer type, okay? Kind of the nurturer. I always tell people, you got that, that's how people see you. You're also, especially if you have the green on both sides. If you have green on both sides, I tell people, you're kind of the mother hen. If you go out with a group of people, you're the one that makes sure everybody's where they're supposed to be. You're also the person that is the natural healer. Somebody feels bad, you're the nurturer, you're the person everybody wants around you. You got that green on both sides because you kind of take care of people, right? And that's kind of where those green colors come in. And then the color on the bottom, you'll notice I missed the color here. Give me a minute. But the color on the bottom is actually how you're rooted to the ground, to earth, to the world, right? If you have red down there, that means you're really rooted, very strongly rooted, very well grounded. Now, this core here, this pretty much stays the same. Now, the ones around you can change from time to time, but the ones here are very slow to actually change because these here are kind of like your personalities. And what's cool in our system, it tells and breaks down is your personalities, but it can tell you traits for like exercise, careers, your meditation, whether you, praying or meditations, things like that. Because like if you have a violet color here, it might be that you're very strong in intuition. If back to the green color, very green, very, your thing is very communal. You like to be in groups of people. You very much can be dropped in the middle of like 100 people. You don't know anybody, but you're going to leave knowing all 100 people. You're very much into the communication side of things. So, that's what's kind of cool about our system. It breaks it down and shows that. And then you go deeper into it. It actually our system will give you a report that shows everything from your energy levels, where your energy levels are, from mental, physical, everything, emotional. So it breaks that down. It also, tells us your energy or your power of your auric field. Or, like Matt, you go in and you can kind of feel people's energy, whether it's good or bad, you kind of tell their energy.
Yeah.
You kind of take some of that sometimes. If they feel bad, you might leave and kind of feel bad too. Well, our system even tells us if you're really good at kind of shedding that energy off that's not yours, or kind of carrying it with you. Carrying it with you is not always good. You need to identify that energy that's not good and kind of get rid of that energy. So that's kind of where that is. And it actually, that whole system, it's like a 13-page report you end up getting. So it's always good to have it, to be able to know where you are and where you need to kind of work on and kind of work to. And then maybe 6 months or so, get another one done and see where you're improved, where you have improved. And that's what's always important about the aura photography, though.
So it's a little bit like I don't know, a check engine light for your body and your spirit and stuff like that. It kind of tells you, here's the area that you're doing pretty well at. Here's maybe something that you need to work on. And then I assume whenever people get done, you can kind of give them a little guidance on, all right, well, here's where you go from here, and here's what you need to do, or here's what, might help you. Try this clearing, or try this different kind of behavior or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it's a great thing to have and to do. And just, it doesn't take long. I mean, the whole session's about 15, 20 minutes. So it's a very simple, we probably didn't spend much more than that with Logan, and that was getting him put his paws up there and everything. It doesn't take about 15 minutes to do a whole session though. And we've even had people come and do it even after they've had clearings done, or energy work or Reiki work done. They've done like a before and after, and you can definitely see a difference in it. Definitely see a difference, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I remember that whenever he got his done, Logan got his done, and his first reading, I'm trying to remember exactly how it was, but I remember the aura like around him being very, like, I don't know, kind of splotchy or something like that, or very uneven. And
Yep.
then we tried doing a little, I think it was selenite or something like that, do a little clearing over him, just back and forth and kind of around him, and did it again, and it had changed. It had smoothed out or something like that. So that was kind of cool to see the difference before and after, and like see that, there is a difference there.
Right. Exactly. So it is a lot of fun, and it is very informative. And I really recommend it, getting it done. And just see how it all, your energy is, because especially if you're feeling a little bit off. My favorite thing in it actually is it shows relaxation. Okay. It has this little bar chart, relaxation.
Hmm.
And right now, though, nobody's relaxed. And the reason is, and I can tell you this before, that bar chart, people always are working from home before COVID, right? Working from home. They were at the bottom of the bar chart. And the reason is they never relaxed because they were always at work. They never, they work from home, their office is at home. They never differentiated between work, and living space, which is a very dangerous combination if you think about it.
Yeah.
You've got to have that downtime to actually, feel better about everything, and actually, recharge your batteries, right? And if your office is at your house, if you don't have a separate space altogether, sometimes you can actually drain yourself a lot faster than, everybody thinks, oh yeah, I don't have to drive, I can work from home. But really and truly, it's your own batteries that you're, depleting versus, your car batteries. So, it's a big thing that people needs to kind of focus on and understand where their energy levels and their relaxation levels are. There's a good kind of medium point you need to get at. And so you need to learn where that is and learn how to get there, so it makes life easier for you.
Yeah, that's a good point, especially when you're talking about either working from home or working a job where it's easy for you to answer emails or something like that at home. I mean, I'm lucky that I get to work a job where it's like I have to be in a physical space in order to do it, and if I'm not there, I'm not having to do it. So I can easily go there, work, go home. I get the 20-minute commute to kind of decompress, listen to whatever I want to listen to, and then I'm home and I don't have to worry about it anymore. And I assume it's probably, I mean, well, I guess owning a store, you're probably always thinking about it, but at least, you know, you're not always having to be here. So for folks, I mean, I think that's very important to kind of keep that in mind, especially if you are working from home or you do have one of those jobs where you can take it with you, you know, go and get one of these reading done, see if it's something that you need to be focusing on and what you need to do about it.
Exactly.
Can people get that
So
done here? I mean, I know they can, but like how do they get that done?
yeah, we right now the only place we do the art photography at is the Carrollton location. We've talked about maybe doing it in one of the other locations also, which would mean I'd have to actually buy another system, but also train somebody on it. I do have somebody I'm training now for Carrollton location too. And she's there during the week also when I'm not there sometimes. So we're going to be bringing her in and training her a little bit more. And then, because it's a really cool way, it's really just setting it up for people and just learning deciphering the code that's in it, really. Yeah, so it makes it really cool and easy. And by the way, we did talk about where we're staying. It's called the Georgian Santa Monica. My water bottle. See, I even got my water bottle from them.
Oh, that's nice.
All right, so Michelle's first book, Magic of Connection, guys. Definitely, if you haven't reviewed it, go review it, but go buy it. But also, her second book's getting ready to come out. Okay, and that's Spirits Unveiled. You can already pre-order it on Amazon. But she actually talks about this hotel and the spirits and everything in the hotel. And did y'all notice earlier I had that little blue-green dot on my chest? I know it was just a reflection, but it took me a second to figure out, wait, where the hell did that dot sphere come from? That there's an orb flying around here.
I saw something float by the camera earlier. I think when we were before the show, when we were just talking, I saw something float by and I was like, oh, what's that going on there?
Yeah, well, I did get asked, my cousins, this little group chat with my cousins, right? And one of them was like, have you seen anything? Because they know we always hit hotels that have, you know, paranormal stuff, things like that. And I told them this place has a lot of it. So night one, I was walking outside. It was pretty late. It was probably around 11 o'clock. Oh, I was probably around 10, 11 o'clock, you know, here. So it was dark. Actually, it was 11 o'clock because everything had already closed out, you know, the restaurants right here. And I turned and there was a guy sitting there, and I took a quick look over my shoulder because I heard a car coming, and I turned back around and he was totally gone. But I know for a fact there was a guy there. He was wearing a kind of a sweater, gray sweater. He had a gruffy white beard and white hair. But I was going to say something to him because I remember I was going to say something to him, and I turned to see that car and I turned back around and he was already gone. That fast though. But he was just sitting on the patio right outside here. It was that just instantly quick. And then this is where you see a lot of paranormal, even in the hallways. You see stuff happening. There's a basement area. Michelle's talked about it, but she talks about it in the book. Get the book though and check it out though, because this definitely is one of the hotels. It has some paranormal activity happening in it all the time though.
Yeah, I remember you saying, I think before we all went out, that is it that basement area that they have closed off, but you were talking about like wanting to go down there?
Yeah. I was trying to do the show down there tonight. I was going to go down there and set, but they had something and everything closed off and I couldn't get down there.
I snuck down there and I saw a guy like sitting in the corner. It scared me because I wasn't expecting anybody to be down there. And then I like walked back upstairs, but as I looked back, I didn't see him again. But I mean, I don't know. I might just be bonkers. I didn't really think that much of it, but dude was definitely sitting there.
That's a cool looking. It's a cool looking place. I pulled up a picture of it here. Like I don't know if that plays very well, but it's like kind of Art Deco-ish. Yeah, that's really neat.
Definitely Art Deco. On your picture on the left side, they actually have one of those big red neon signs on the roof up there. I took some pictures. I'll post them later.
Hmm.
But it's super cool and Art Deco. I talked to the one of the guys down there yesterday, and I mean, this place is super nice, but they're getting ready to do kind of a renovation remodel. You know how they do that on hotels every so many years anyway.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see what they do in the next couple of years renovating it. Because it's just really like this room has like, it's like the bedroom. It has the space up here for us, you know, to all stay kind of separated. But it's got a lot of like the peepholes in the doors, like they have original doors, you know, dividing the space and all. But the peepholes in the doors are like this big. And it's just a piece of glass with the grids, you know, little grid in it. You open it, and it has a knocker on the outside and everything.
Oh,
It's
wow.
super, you know, probably 1920s vintage door and door knocker and door viewer, everything, right? So super cool art very Art Deco, and the food's great too. And Lizzie's been trying all types of new food here.
That's really cool. I mean, you said renovation. It reminded me, one of my favorite hotels, the Galvez down in Galveston, is undergoing renovation. They've repainted it pink, which I think was the original color. Very cool. So if ever you have a chance to make it down there, and that is also another very legendary haunted hotel, the Galvez. So anytime you go down to Galveston, go check that place out. That is a cool, of the same era.
Yeah, that's a really cool place. There's a lot of activity down there. I saw a lot of orbs and spirit floating around down there also. Definitely do.
Yeah.
All right. So since I'm about wrapped up, I don't really have a whole lot. Y'all check out, though, the Tide website, which is the International Divination event for the event going on in Dallas. And what I'll do tonight to wrap everything up, I'll do a 1, 2, 3 pull. I'll do all 3 readings though for you guys. I'm going to use my Martian cards, Mystic Martian Oracle cards. Okay. These are published by Rockpool there. And these are, the artist is Lisa Porter. Okay. So these are the cards I'm going to use tonight.
I love that they
These are
traveled with you.
super cool. And you know what is crazy is that I open these on SoulWhat, open the deck, and Michelle's even like, I'm not sure how those readings are going to go. But I've been doing crazy readings with them. I've had like 2 or 3 calls, you know, on the SoulWhat hotline, the pay per minute call psychic readings. Mm-hmm. These are the cards I've been using. And the readings, I'm like telling people, well, here's what I see with this card, da 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 da. And like, yeah. That's what's happening. That's what's going on. So these have been really great reading cards, though, for sure. And I don't always like oracle cards at all, but these are pretty cool. So, guys, I hope you're listening. Get your numbers. Pick either 1, 2, or 3, and we're going to do readings based off of 1, 2, or 3. Okay.
Angela in the chat, real quick, saying we should plan a group trip by bus. I'm assuming down to the Galvez. I agree with that. We should do SoulWhat on the road from down there. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that could be a trip for sure.
Yeah.
You know, there's another hotel over in, where is that, Liz? Granbury. It's called the Nut House, NUTT House.
Yeah.
And
crazy. I was freaking out there.
Liz was freaking out. I got touched 2 or 3 times by spirits. I mean, literally grabbed by the head. And it was definitely
I kept yelling
insane.
at Will because I thought he was leaving the lights on.
And even like the door going into, because I had a room for me and a room for them, because, you know, just kind of, they're small rooms. And I would be watching TV or getting dressed or whatever. My door would just open. And I thought it was one of them. And I go, look, nope. I had the door totally locked, everything, and the door just open. So that place is actually pretty crazy too.
Yeah, we could probably do a whole show. I mean, I know we could do a whole show on haunted hotels. There's that one. There's Miss Molly's down in the Stockyards in Fort Worth, which is great. These are all just North Texas hotels.
Yep.
There's the Adolphus, and then in that same area of Granbury and Mineral Wells, they're renovating the Baker, which is one of the more legendary ones around here. That's a long-term project that has been a long time coming. A lot of work there, but as soon as that place opens, you know I'm going to go down there. That Baker is one of the coolest buildings around in North Texas.
Yeah. And out here you have the Cecil.
Yes. Yeah. Very legendary.
Yeah.
If you don't know about the Cecil, look up the Cecil. Really creepy stories come out of there.
Well, guess what? That hotel, they changed the name and reopened it.
It's called
That's
Stay
right.
On.
And now it's called Stay on Main. And you go out there. I asked her if she wanted us to go over there and stay. And she's like, yeah, I don't think so.
That's in a rough part of town too. It's not necessarily the best place to go stay, but it is, I guess, worth driving by. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely that. Just to see it and everything. All right, guys. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. I hope you guys picked out your cards. So number ones, we're going to go with this one for number ones. And so this card is actually the earth element. Okay. What I like about this one, though, that jumps out is actually that tree. And so this tells me this earth element in the trees is that you do need to take the time this week and reconnect into nature. Okay. This is your time this week. Reconnect to nature, get grounded, get your soul grounded to the earth and start feeling better. Okay. Number ones, grounded to the earth. Hug a tree. Get out and hug a tree. Okay. All right. Number twos. We'll go with this one right here for number twos. Number twos. Oh, this is Assyrians. Okay. Artistic integrity and honesty. Okay. And what I like here, see the little sphere there, kind of levitating. See that sphere hanging up there? And I love that little thing about the artsy side of thing. Is this about number twos? It's about getting your art side, your artsy side of yourself, okay? Getting more involved in it, but also bring it into your kind of your higher self. So allow that higher self energy flow through you and release it into art, something that's more art driven. Okay. That's what I like to see, is that higher self energy flowing into more of an art spill, for you. All right. Number threes right here. Oh, this is the flower of life, guys. So this is the flower of life. And it talks about dreams. Okay. Inspiration, dreams. Okay. I think this is telling us, for you number threes, it's time to put those dreams and move them from being a dream to being an inspiration and actually start chasing it and making it a reality. Okay. That's what it is. It's moving that dream to a reality. And that is the week that you start changing from a dream and creating that reality from that dream. All right, guys. That's all I've got this week. Remember, check out Soultopia Sensation Sunday. We got Andre doing a full moon ceremony drum circle on Friday night. Michelle has Soultopia Soultopia's Intuitive Insight. So that's on Thursday, but also Michelle's class on Instagram, the Tarot Takeaways. But definitely check out our Tide event. Okay. All right, guys. Y'all have a great evening and see you next week.
Thanks for listening to SoulWhat, a Soultopia production. If you're intrigued, searching, or looking to schedule a reading of your very own, visit us in sunny Dallas, Texas, or visit us online at facebook.com/Soultopia Holistic Boutique. And if you like what you heard, subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting platform to be the first to hear new episodes every Tuesday at 7:30 Central.